Welcome back. Previously, we were discussing about job creation in workers-owned cooperatives as well as client-owned cooperatives. Let us discuss about other types of cooperatives that were prevailing in Africa. Next area, women and cooperative in Africa. It is one of the most important area with regard to cooperative movement in Africa. In African context, women are very rarely represented in African cooperatives. The reason is that the land is owned by Ben. So he becomes a member of the cooperatives and not his wife. Because usually in Africa, most of the cooperatives are agricultural cooperatives. In order to become the member, one should own a land. In Africa, most of the land are owned by the men. So he becomes a member of the cooperatives and not his wife or any of the family members will not be the members. Though she contributes considerably to the agricultural production, she is not the member. Women always happen to stay in the village after harvest while men go to the towns and nearby villages in search of seasonal jobs. So, women actively participate in mixed rural cooperatives and like organizations only. When women get education, they assume leadership, management and secretarial functions in local cooperatives. Sometimes cooperatives are seen created exclusively by women to develop, organize and manage rural economic activities traditionally carried out by women. Usually women deals with various types of activities such as horticulture, handicraft, small animal husbandry and food crop marketing. Women also organize credit cooperatives in rural as well as urban areas to finance these activities and also to raise funds for community investments such as healthcare centers, pharmaceuticals depot, consumer shops, etc. Here female cooperatives have greater access to permanent and seasonal job unlike men. It is seen that handicraft cooperative in Africa have more female members than in agricultural cooperatives. And it is proved that women are better credit union managers, more regular savers and more reliable borrowers than men. And most of the African credit unions are running successful because of the participation of the women. And also, due to male labor migration to South African mines and farms, all types of cooperatives in South Africa are having more female members than male. To increase women participation in national cooperative movements, it is enough to organize cooperatives on economic functions that belongs traditionally to women folk so that they can work well, efficiently and effectively for the success of particular cooperative movements. Next area, job creation through cooperatives. One of the prerequisites for job creation in cooperatives is experience and research in the field is following as the conditions required for job creation. They are existence of favorable climate for cooperative development. That means, according to International Labour Organization, it is possible only when a country guarantees freedom of association, legal instruments allowing cooperatives and the like organization to obtain an official recognized status. A distinct between management autonomy of cooperatives and supervisory role of states. Equal status with other private enterprises and technical services availability. That is the most important requirement as far as a cooperative movement is concerned. Next one, economic viability. The cooperatives in Africa can play a social role only when their business is profitable. Otherwise, most of the cooperatives will be wound up or closed down. Commitment and participation of members is of the greatest need for the ultimate success of any form of cooperative movement. Apart from that, every cooperative needs some sort of technical services and assistance in order to work efficiently and effectively in their area of operation. Next, let us discuss some of the promotional tools with regard to the cooperative movement development. Under that, the most important one is the education and training. It was one of the principles with regard to cooperation. Let us see what is the areas that has to be considered under education and training with regard to African cooperatives. During 1960s and 70s period, cooperative education focused very much on cooperative values, principles and ideology. But the issue is that the cooperative management was neglected. No education or training was given in the field of cooperative management. This has led to the failure of various cooperatives in Africa. So this situation forced the International Labour Organization and other agencies to create a view that to enable members to participate in business operation and supervise elected leaders and cooperative personnel. For that, sufficient cooperative education should be provided to the members. Cooperative training should render elected cooperative leaders and personal competence in their management function, because the success of cooperative movement mainly depend upon its management and how the leader deals with the day-to-day activities. Only through proper training and education with regard to management activity, a cooperative movement can survive. The method in which cooperative training should be organized is also a relevant factor. Several African countries have established specialized cooperative colleges, but none of them solve the problem of sustainable financing. Some of the colleges have developed better alternatives to state and donor funding. In certain countries, training function has been taken over by cooperative movement itself. Some other countries have vested the responsibility with NGOs, and in some cases the education training was given by integrated the same through curriculum of universities or vocational training schools. It was included as a part of the syllabus for providing cooperative education to the public. In Cameroon area or country in Africa, donors party have contributed to a cooperative support fund that partly subsidies the training activities of NGOs and private institutions. And in some cases, some of the countries are even trying distant education as a new method of cooperative training and education to its members and people. Because only a trained member or a trained people can work efficiently and effectively for the success of the organization. Organization means with regard to cooperative movement organizations. Apart from training, the most important thing that has to be kept in mind is management system development and business advisory services, otherwise known as BAS. This is a full circle concept of management from beginning to end in a cooperative union, from basic bookkeeping system for a cotton marketing group to a sophisticated management information system. Several universal systems developed by cooperative development projects for its specific target groups are also available. But the systems developed like this are not always appropriate, and sometimes it is vague. This is usually happening in countries with excess number of NGOs, so it has to be corrected. It is advisable for donors to produce or design appropriate universally applicable cooperative management system to adapt to the needs of the individual cooperatives. These systems go together with business advisory services. In many countries, business advisory services happen to be the exclusive domain of cooperative department with incompetent and less committed staff. During and after structural adjustment period, otherwise known as SAPs, business advisory services, otherwise known as BAS, have attained great importance. Most of the development system neglect marketing. That is one of the most important issue with regard to product and services related cooperatives. It is usually found that the main target is on how to produce well and succeed. And producer has to deal with the selling and disposing of their products at their own risk. So no such training or assistance was provided to market or distribute the goods. Assistance and help was provided for how to produce efficiently and effectively, but no such assistance was given after that. So it is a responsibility or burden of every producer to sell their products profitably. Handicraft industries in Africa are the mostly suffered from these issues because they were given assistance, financial assistance with regard to raw materials, inputs, for help, providing assistance, technical assistance with regard to production, but no such assistance were provided after production. That means handicraft industries require assistance with regard to dispose of their goods or how to market their goods, but no assistance was given with regard to that. And handicraft was the most suffered area because of the lack of assistance with regard to marketing. So the ILO has set up intercoop programs that helps African producers to export their products, because one of the issue with the African producers was that how to find the market for their products in regional areas as well as overseas. That is, in order how to export. And the intercoop developed by ILO has helped many African producers to export their products and also helps them in finding suitable markets for their products. Next one, cooperatives and with regard to organizational development. Organizational development is the promotion and assistance to self-organization of producers by forming a cooperative. But most of the African cooperatives are not formed by the members, and lesser number of producer organizations affect economic development. Granting of privileges, grants and loans cannot be made subject to the formation of group. But it is to be noted by the promoters that it is necessary to provide potential benefit an individual can derive from economies of scale and increase the bargaining power of group. The most important thing is that decision to create or join a group is to be taken by its members only. Once this is taken, promoters have to provide technical assistance. The international labor organizations, food agricultural organizations of UN have developed and implemented development programs applicable to all sub-Saharan African countries for the better organization development. Because for the success of every cooperative, their organization development is of great importance. Rather than providing loans, assistance or other type of help, assistance, it is a duty of parasitical governments or the governments existing in that particular country to provide all sort of support for the organization development, because that is the base or the core of the success of every cooperative. It is through organization development they can achieve their goals. And it is said that organization development is just a tool and not the ultimate goal. It is a tool that assists the cooperative movement to achieve their ultimate goal. We will continue with the remaining sessions in the further classes. Just go through all these areas. If you have any queries, please let me know.